Hey guys, check it out. I got cool new graphics. My buddy Chekin made those for me. He's in my Discord. By the way, you guys should join the Discord. I've got a lot of really neat people there. I've got a little smart art section where I want all of you guys to come and share your amazing creations, your artworks, your videos, your friends' artworks, your friends' videos, neat things that you've bought, anything that's pretty and cool and fantastic. I want you to come on the Discord and I want you to share all those things with me in my little smart art section that I have on here. Let's see what I've got in here right now. I've got some neat tutorial videos. I've got some paintings that people made. There's a picture of my keyboard that I made. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. But anyway, like I say, come and join the Discord. Drop me some stuff in here and come and share some art. My friend Chekin made these really cool moving scenes for me. Really inexpensively, I might add, in case anybody needs any more of them. They might contact this individual, G. Willikers. But how y'all doing? Dr. Entropy, thanks for being here. Baby Mayo, always fantastic to see you. And Golden Flame, man, oh man, you're one of my favorites. We have a very fantastic show for you today. Right now I have a chicken running around on the floor trying to run away from me, so let me go wrangle that. But I do have AceandDuce here with me today. We're going to be talking about some of the artwork that they made. Can you guys even hear me? I'm pretty far away at this point. But I'm going to talk to my friend AceandDuce, who I met the other day while I was surfing the Discords as I do. And they were explaining to me that they make some very interesting art out of cookies. They bake their artwork. I'm not sure if they color it before or after baking it. From what I could tell, it looked like it was colored beforehand at the time. I'm not even sure if we're going to be talking about that art in particular, but this individual is very interesting. And I wanted to learn more about them, and I wanted to share some of this learning with you folks. So I am going to go ahead and bring them in now. We'll go ahead and get to meet them. Hopefully they're ready for us. Let's see here. There you are. Can I get you to turn your camera back on for me?
Oh yeah, hello there. Hello there.
Oh, there we are. How we doing today?
Well, I'm doing wonderful. I mean, how are you doing?
I'm doing A-okay. I'm doing A-okay. Can you introduce yourself for us? And
my name is AceandDuce. I stream on the internet, and I just really do whatever is entertaining to me and others. It's like, so just about anything. Like, sometimes I get obsessed with an idea and just kind of like follow it to fruition. Like recently I just like got the idea, I'm gonna paint a Bob Ross painting on cookies. I don't know how to paint, nor do that. So like, I just spent 3 months doing that. I spent 3 months just teaching myself how to do that, and then I found out literally 2 days before someone else has already done all that work and research. Like 2 days before. 2 days before. And then I ended up using their recipe because it was better than mine.
okay, so you did a bunch of work to figure out what your recipe should be.
Yeah, I literally did like three months of trials and icing and like on my friend Sid's stream, like every other day I was sitting there trying out a new thing to try to paint on or a new paint. It was just like, and then I find out like 2 days before that somebody else has already done all this. What's happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. My thing is doing an interesting thing. Let me try to fix it real quick. But no, that's very interesting. So you did a bunch of work into it, and then you found something, and it was already like completely compiled together, and like.
Someone literally already did all the work,
and
like,
it made complete
they didn't
sense.
do it to the same degree on like they did it more so on the icing side. Like I figured out more of the paint stuff myself, even though they did very similar paint. It's like, there's not much you can really change, it's just a high-proof alcohol and food coloring. Because like the whole point is that the alcohol will evaporate off and you just leave food coloring behind.
To do the paint, you're saying,
yeah,
to make the paint.
Yeah, to make it edible, because that's the whole thing. Is like, you want to make it still edible and paint the thing, right? So it's like, you put like, you mix a high-proof alcohol, like I use vodka, 100 proof, and then I mix food coloring into it, and then I just kind of like, mix it up like paint, stir it for like 30 seconds so it gets like the color in there good, and you're good. Like, you can use like one bottle of vodka for like a whole bunch of paintings.
Very interesting. So the cookie itself, is it just standard cookie? Because I mean, it sounds like the color is just food coloring suspended in alcohol.
Yeah, it's literally whatever you want it to be. It's like you can make it like the way that I end up doing it is that like I end up like painting on the icing that I put on it. So whatever I put underneath the icing is fine. Like I could literally put a rock underneath the icing. You know what I mean? Like it's just like the whole point is that like the icing is in and of itself is royal icing, so it has like a nice smooth surface. And it was just like that was something that I was struggling with a lot because like that was a lot harder to make than I thought it was originally. Because like I tried all like the standard like traditional methods of using like egg whites and stuff, and I didn't even want to do that because it felt weird to just like be leaving out a food that has just raw egg whites in it. But that's literally how that recipe is made. So I don't know. But then
So
I ended up looking into it, and this recipe that I found literally doesn't even use egg whites. It uses this egg white substitute stuff, so you don't even have to worry about like salmonella or anything. It's literally made to do this. It's literally called meringue powder. It's fucking genius.
So maybe I'm confused. You have
Perhaps.
a baked cookie that you're starting with, and then we're
Yeah.
doing a royal icing on top of it to make it perfectly flat like a canvas.
Mm.
And then we're painting with food coloring suspended in alcohol
Yeah.
as paint on top of this.
That's exactly how it works. Exactly. You got it
Perfect.
perfect.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and then it's just
Interesting.
like, and then you can put in like cornstarch to like thicken it up a little bit if you want to. But like, there's not. What I found is like, it's just gonna make it more of a struggle to work with because like, at a certain point, you just like, there's like a point in which it stops becoming more thick and just becomes like a chalky substance that's not really helpful anymore. You know what I mean? Like it stops becoming such a liquid and just becomes more of like a, not even a paste, but it becomes like a chalky substance. Like if it was a paste, I feel like I could use it at least, but it doesn't. It just goes from liquid to a little bit of a thicker liquid to chalk almost instantly. Like there's no like middle ground for it to be paste-like.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little bit harder to try to actually add color to
Oh
it.
yeah, like that was one thing that was crazy is that like the whole point was I was trying to like make it a Bob Ross painting, so like I was following his instructions exactly, and I was like, okay, I'm realizing very quickly that I can't do a lot of these techniques because like they're all for like a much thicker paint. You
Right.
know?
It's like
They're,
you'd
like, for
almost have
oil
an
paint.
easier time if you were painting with icing because he uses oil-based paint
Oh
and
yeah,
it's so
for
much
sure.
thicker.
Yeah.
But again,
And
because the icing
the
breaks
thing,
down the way that it does, it's not going to function the way that
yeah,
you
it
need it
doesn't
to
work
dilute.
exactly the same, but like I figured
Interesting.
out that like I can do just about everything about the same except the palette knife stuff, you know? Like you know how he like goes in afterward and like scrapes out some of the paint with the palette knife and stuff. I just can't really do that 100% perfectly with this. Like, I
Sure.
tried and it just doesn't really come out great. So it's just like it's not worth it. It's better to find things that I can do without doing so, you know?
So you had never painted before this.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Not in my adult life, you know. What I mean, like as a kid, I think we've all painted with like finger paints and stuff. But,
Had
like,
you
you know,
baked before this? Made cookies? Made
yeah, no,
cakes?
yeah, baking is just like I normally end up like cooking and stuff. Yeah, I cook and stuff all the time. But it was just me thinking like I've seen people like decorate cookies with like icing and stuff, and I was just like, all right, I wonder if I could just like take that to the logical extreme and do a painting on cookies.
Yeah, no, I guess maybe that's where I'm kind of confused. I'm wondering how we landed on painting onto cookies
What happens,
rather than
frankly,
doing
what
icing
happens
on
here?
cupcakes or
This
rather
is the
than
same
like
thing that
decorating a
happens.
cake or like doing something like this. Like why did we jump immediately to let's paint on
You,
cookies rather than like having a history of doing art on
my
food
friend, there is a
and now I'm going to
one-word
paint?
answer to this.
Okay.
One word answer to this. Cannabis. Like I just get stoned and I think of weird ideas and I'm just like, I'm gonna try to do that now. And then I get obsessed with the idea that I can actually do that.
Yeah, but doesn't it normally like wear off? You're saying this takes you months to accomplish.
No, it's
Like,
literally just me thinking like, so getting stoned, thinking of a great idea and being like, you know what, that's actually feasible. I'm gonna try to do that. And then just like I go to the logical endpoint. Like I just keep going and going and going until it reaches a point in which I just can't complete it for like whatever reason, technological, monetary, whatever the heck the reason is. Like I don't consider a skill reason as a reason to stop, you know? Like if I need to like gain a skill or learn something, I can just do that for the thing. I mean like that's something I've learned with like and just in life. I feel like most things you can get done a specific task in this job in a speciality if you just want to get just that specific task done. You know what I mean? Like if you want to just like make just a very specific HTML document, you can do that without understanding HTML at all. You know what I mean? Like, I've done that myself. Like, I literally have just made, like, this thing for my stream, these, like, slider bars, so I can do, like, a human Tamagotchi thing. And it was, like, because I had it, like, food, water, energy, like, you know, that kind of stuff. And I just, like, I would sit there dead silent, stare into the camera until someone made me do something. It was fun. Then,
How
like,
very
I did it
interesting.
twice. Yeah, I should do it again soon. Because, like, the first time I did it, people didn't even notice that I did this, but I had things, like, hanging from the ceiling behind me, so it looked like it was floating into the camera. It's like I had, like, a hairbrush just hanging there.
How
It's
very
a fun stream,
interesting.
dude. But that's how most of my streams go, is it's just, I end up thinking of an idea, and thinking, oh, I'm gonna write that down, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll see if I can actually do that. Like, is this actually feasible? And then just sit there and think about it for a while and be like, yeah, I guess it is, I'll try it.
Very interesting. So, my folks are asking for like links to your stream in chat. They want to
Oh,
know
yeah,
where to
yeah,
find you.
I'll drop
Are
it
you
in
just
the chat
Ace and
there.
Deuce?
Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna go drop
Yeah,
one
there you
for
go.
us? There you go.
Yeah, I dropped it in your
Fantastic.
chat.
Fantastic. How very interesting. And how often do you stream?
I mean, as often as I can, mainly, it's just because I live with others. It's just I stream during the night, and like, I would like to stream more, but like, it's just something I currently can't do logistically. Like, I've really been considering just like, using some of the money that I've been saving for a new computer, and instead of doing so, use it to like get soundproofing stuff so I can at least stream more during the day.
Hey, you looks like you got gifted a sub by my good friend
Mr. Braindead, thank you very much.
Good gravy.
You are not brain dead to me.
Oh, Mr. Braindead isn't braindead at all. They're quite
Yeah.
an interesting individual themselves.
I have to imagine, like with the very educated topics you get into on your channel.
So I'm extremely interested in you. Like, what other kind of things do you create? What other things do you put onto your Twitch channel? I mean, this is a very interesting thing that you're telling me with the sliders and standing there. Like, I'm noticing now you don't have clothes on. Do you have clothes on? I hope you're not
Oh no,
nude.
I
Please.
have shorts on, dude.
Okay,
That's all
fantastic. I'm not
good.
trying to get banned for TOS or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm
I do
not.
understand flexing
no,
the guns.
I know
but-
the TOS rules by heart. Don't you worry about that one. That's one thing that's like burnt into my soul, is the things I can't do on Twitch.
That's good. That's important. Sometimes it's hard to guess what those things are from, well, I mean, if you ask certain people. I heard that there was another person that got banned today for something or another, but I imagine people get banned every day on
I got
Twitch.
a couple of people use me as their canary in the coal mine, and I use a couple of people as my canary in the coal mine, as far as like people that are definitely crossing TOS lines but are not banned for it. And I mean, if they're gone, then I know it's a problem.
Interesting. How long have you been in the Twitch space?
like since before it was Twitch.
Oh, so you're a Jason TV
Yeah.
kind of guy.
Yeah, dude. That's what, like, I started on Justin.tv, and then like the day that Twitch got converted, pretty much I got over to it. Like, my account is like old as heck. Hang on. Account age. Hang on. It's old as heck, but yeah. The thing is that it's less impressive than it is visually, because it's like there was like a good like 6 years or so that I wasn't really like hanging out on Twitch, you know.
Oh, I don't have any bots working, Ace and Deuce. You're going to have to help
Oh,
me
yeah,
set
don't
these
worry
things
about
up to get my commands going or something.
Yeah, I'll hook you up with it, no problem.
That's down. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out all of these
Yeah,
interesting
I ended
things.
up, I don't know if you saw it, but I put a bunch of emotes in your emote contest thing. I don't even know what the
I did, as a matter of
may
fact.
not be, but I put some in there for you.
Give me a moment. I want to share these with the audience, if you don't mind. Ace and Deuce made these
Yeah, go
for
for
us,
it.
guys. I put in my hat, and I said, man, I'm going to use my hat. And then Ace and Deuce goes, oh, well, watch here. I'm going to make it transparent in the background, and I'm going to make it the right size and everything.
Yeah.
They also produced a bow tie for us, and they took our classic bird logo that we love so very much, and they put that as the right size. So we have our first 3 contestants for possible emotes. We need a total of, I think, 5 or 8 that are going to be the final subscriber emotes on the channel that you guys will all get access to for subscribing and throwing bits and all of those other wonderful things. As of right now, I have 3 guaranteed winners, but I'd love to see if you guys can, like, maybe add some more things. I'm going to try to step my game up because clearly my hat was not the thing to do. We'll just remove that now. We'll let AceandDuce like collect his crown on that for now. But I'd like to see some competition for him, and then if you guys can go into that channel and then put emotes onto the ones that you like the most, once there's enough of them, whoever ends up with the most emotes, those are the ones that I'm going to end up picking, unless like I get really particular and cheat in some way or another. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you there, Ace.
Well, no, I was just listening to you. I was just giving active listening noises. I wasn't trying.
Oh, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, man. Oh man, you're freaking great. You're freaking great. I love the way you think. You're an interesting individual.
Like that one dude, Mr. Braindead, we were just talking. Like, I didn't realize it was him until he just said it in chat. But like, we were just talking about the fact that what do you call it? That how body painters are like a real weird, like, not gray line, but like they're definitely like on the borders of TOS, you know? Because they're definitely, because they have to wear like pasties, or like they paint their nipples before they get on stream. You know what I mean? It's an interesting experience, because like they're just like you see it and you're like, wait, this is allowed?
Right.
Like,
right. Well, and then on Facebook they have different rules, where I know that on Facebook it doesn't matter whose nipples they are. Like,
oh shoot! I just realized I didn't announce this. 1 second.
Oh, by all means, take your time. But yeah, I know that on Facebook, like, they don't care if you're male or female. There's no nipples allowed or something, or is it that they don't care?
That was the case on Twitch for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I tried
Twitch, and literally, no joke, that was part of the reason I chose to start streaming, was that they got rid of that rule. Like,
really?
Yeah, that was part of the reason that I started streaming. It was like, they got rid of that, and I was like, alright, cool, I can just be sitting there like with my shirt on all the time, we're okay.
So do you just not wear a shirt hardly ever?
I mean, rarely, yeah. I mean, like, it's just like, it's more comfortable for me to just chill out like this. I mean, like, I sometimes just wear like a friggin' shirt when I need to, but I mean, like, it's just not a needed thing most of the time, you know?
I think that maybe that's why I'm so interested in you. I feel like you and I are opposites. Like, I'm very much, I wear this every day, even when I'm not streaming, like just wandering around. And I used to have all very plain walls. I was very like repressed artistically and not willing to create or share anything. And it seems to me like you're not hindered by like aesthetic or like
talk about societal norms, dude.
Gee willikers, like, really, truer words have never been spoken. How dare you say something so bold and so brave?
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just silliness. Like, almost like, I'd say like 90% of societal norms are just complete nonsense. Like, it's just like, as long as I think the only thing you really have to say to yourself is, as long as you're not hurting someone or yourself, fine. Like, really, what does anyone have anything to say about what you're doing if you're not hurting yourself or others? Like, really.
This actually is kind of the subject of my panel that I'm hosting tomorrow. I'm going to have 8 of my close friends come on, and we're going to discuss piercings and tattoos and other forms of body modification and alteration. I'm very excited. I'm going to be moderating, so I don't get to say a lot of things, I imagine, during the conversation. But I am going to try to hopefully direct the conversation in a very interesting direction. I have some...
Well, on that topic then, I don't know if you have this already planned out, but you definitely should talk about how it's such a taboo in like Asian cultures to have a tattoo even now. Because like it's mostly because of like Yakuza and other gang members were like, that was like the way that they would identify themselves. It's just via tattoos, and that was just like not a common thing otherwise, other than like military people. And it was just like, you can blatantly see the difference between like a guy with a fucking anchor on his arm and like the guy with like big tattoo across his chest, you know?
Right. Yeah. And yeah, no, there is definitely a thing about hiding the tattoos and tattoos below like the neckline and things like that.
Even if you aren't Japanese, they will not let you into a bathhouse with tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, they have what do you call it? There's this one guy I watch on YouTube that was literally like he jokes about it a lot, where he has only like one tattoo, and it's literally like the Naruto leaf symbol, you know? And it's literally like a symbol that a lot of people in Japan would be able to recognize, at least, you know?
Sure.
So it's like, you look at the guy, he's like a shorter dude, not looking aggressive, clearly not Japanese, has a freaking Naruto tattoo, but no, you can't let him in the bathhouse.
Right? You might be a Yakuza. We can't trust you.
Yeah, we can't let you in here. Sorry, guy.
How very interesting. How very interesting. Yeah, I'm sure that it will get brought up or mentioned. Hopefully, we will
Oh
see
yeah.
where it all goes. I mean, I want to talk about so many different things on this particular panel. I hope that people bring up like glow-in-the-dark inks for tattoos, or the idea of tattoo-based identification systems,
Mm,
or
that's an interesting topic for sure.
yeah, I know
But
that
yeah,
someone wants to bring up the concept of like the idea of permanently removing a finger as part of body modification. I don't want to have a pinky anymore, and so
I mean that's an interesting one because it's like at that point, is it crossing the boundary into actually harming yourself? You know, is it like?
well, and
I mean, I
again,
guess ultimately it would just come. That's a weird one to get into, isn't it? Because that comes down to like, I guess I don't even know what the heck
a
that would come down to. It's like,
chinchilla.
is that just like the societal choice, like ethically? Do we just like think, okay, that's okay, or do we just like? I guess it would be down to like the doctors to allow us to do so. Like the doctors, I mean, not necessarily the doctors, but the people that are doing body modification to that extreme.
Well, and oftentimes these people aren't doctors. But give me a second. Chinchilla, I want to thank you for coming in. Thank you very much for being here. We're actually talking kind of about the panel topic that you're going to be on tomorrow for us to come and chat about.
Yeah.
Ace and Deuce brings up a very interesting thing about, like, at some point, like, if we're in body modification territory and people are like, hey, I want you to remove part of my pinky finger, like, it kind of becomes up to the person doing the modification as to whether or
Yeah,
not you're in
it's
the
just
right
like,
enough mind to be able to do this. But those people
yeah, and
aren't
I don't even know if
necessarily
it's necessarily the
licensed.
right enough mind. It's like I think it ultimately comes down to, does it break their original oath of do no harm? Like,
Well, and
'cause, like,
again, these people that are doing these things often aren't doctors. We don't go to
yeah,
doctors to get tattoos or to get our ears pierced. I imagine you
yeah,
would go to a doctor to get, like, your pinky finger removed, but,
yeah.
like, technically, if it was a body modification.
The thing I always get freaked out about and start thinking about when we start talking about this is, you ever seen? I can't think of what the title is. It's like American Beauty or something like that, where it's like this woman gets into like becoming a body modification doctor just because she just by chance slipped into it. You know, like she helped out like a gang member that got shot or something, and it was just like she was forced into it or something like that. Turns into like her doing a bunch of like surgeries and stuff. But it's like that kind of thing is what I end up thinking is like, I have to imagine there is a world of people that do things like that are not registered, and like because there are a lot of people that would want those kind of people, right? Like the people that are into body modification to that extreme, I don't think are really going to give too much of a shit about if it's a doctor or not, you know?
I mean, we do hear about all of these people doing, like, back alley, like, butt implants or different
Mm.
things like this, and
Yeah,
people
and then they
ending up
get
in
like
the
horrible
hospital all the
infections.
time. Yeah, these things, like, they do happen. It is a
Mm.
dangerous thing. Everybody nowadays is looking for the new life hack on YouTube and the new quick, fast way to suck on a shot glass to make your lips look big, or to,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure that men are just as guilty of these same things. I'm thinking of this thing that people are doing where
I
they,
mean,
like, suck on a lozenge and then push their chin out
oh
like this or
yeah.
something. What do they call that? Do you know?
I don't even know. I know it's like it's. I don't even know, but I know like it's just like photo manipulation. I guess I don't know what the proper term is,
No,
but
no,
like
no.
when they
There's
do
some
that thing where it's like
exercise that the I don't want to call any of these people a name or anything, but there are
the
certain.
jaws size thing where they
Yeah,
like
yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. And
yeah,
it's like,
you seen that one? You ever seen the guy who just like did that way too much and his chin's like out to here? It's like, oh my goodness, like that kind of body modification. I'm just like, okay, I don't know why you chose to do this, but I guess like enjoy yourself, I guess.
Pain Olympics could be attributed to him. BME. Pain Olympics could be attributed to him. They're all prosthetics. But he said they were real penis modifications that would absolutely frighten people. Extreme body modification is
Oh, I didn't
interesting.
even know that. I didn't know BME Pain Olympics was actually just prosthetics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never knew that. Like, I thought that that was actual, like, real horrible shit. Like, I've
Interesting.
never actually seen the entirety of it. I'm just like, yeah, this is not for me to watch. No, thank you.
Huh. Huh. No, and I mean, it's amazing the things that people do. I mean, I was involved in the movie industry for a little while, and there's a lot of neat things that people can do with cornstarch. and lighting effects and video effects and all sorts of other things.
Oh my god.
And I mean,
It's the star of the kitchen and the camera.
I guess the art is an interesting thing because you're taking an idea and you're bringing it into the physical world, and then body modification, where we have body-based art, it becomes interesting in another way because now your piece of art is yourself. And
it's funny that you brought this up because that's literally what I did the other day on my stream. I just literally made myself the canvas for my stream. My last stream, actually, I think it was, yeah, because like I have my family over right now.
That's
the reason I haven't been streaming, but where are we? Like, I think it was my last stream, right? I think it was, but yeah, I'm double checking before I say this. Yeah, it was. The last stream I did was basically giving myself as a canvas to my stream. Is like I got body paint and I didn't know how to use it, so I just said anyone who comes in can get one time only for free. Just tell me what to paint on me. Because I only made it one time per person, so it wouldn't get too crazy. And then if you want to do more, you can pay me bits,
Very interesting. How did that go? Did you have many people?
It went pretty great, dude. Like, I got pictures of it if you want. Hang on.
I don't know. Well, I guess you know what you're doing. TOS is TOS. You're not banned yet. And you did it on Twitch.
It's all good.
Handle your business, my friend.
Hang on, let me find it for you.
Remember, folks, some dummy online, not for the faint of heart. And if you're afraid to see an interesting individual like my friend Ace here, frickin'...
Yeah, it's not even too bad. I think I'm even wearing, like, longer pants in the pictures. Yeah, I am. I don't know where to post this, so I'll just DM it to you for now, I guess.
Just do it in the voice chat text thing up a little higher.
Gotcha.
Text chat?
Voice
chat?
Put
Her in there, we'll show it.
Text etiquette?
Oh, go up a little bit higher than that. Right above the open chat, there's a VC text chat.
I see, talking set. I gotcha. Yeah, there's I posted in there. So I put them all on Imgur and just made an album out of it.
Oh, very interesting. So we had all sorts of little drawings and pieces of artwork
in
paint.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Very interesting. I like it.
And like, if you click on the link, it's a bunch of different ones. Like, it's a bunch of images in there. Okay. Yeah, I got like another one that I made. Like, this like of those cookies I was doing. Literally when I did that, I was also painting these animal crackers. Like, because I was just like, it was funny to me because I ended up. There was one moment in which I was like, oh, I mixed up the brushes here. Because I'm like painting with the vodka paint and painting on myself.
That's funny. It's all evaporating off of you.
That would be kind of funny, yeah. Oh, goodness.
Hey, Josh, thank you for coming. I didn't realize you were from Ace's channel. Yeah,
that's my buddy Josh. I'm happy to have him here.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Josh. No, I'm very intrigued by you, Ace. So, you seem to find a passion, you invest yourself fully into it, learn everything that you can about it so that you're able to achieve your goal, and then once you do the thing to your satisfaction, usually for the purposes of a stream, then you abandon the concept and find another one?
Yeah, pretty much.
And how long do we spend, like, brainstorming what the next thing is?
I wouldn't say I abandon it entirely. It's just I'll save it for like doing it again deep in the future. You know what I mean? Like I'll do it again, like give it a month or so.
Okay. How long does it take you to like think about what the next thing is going to be before you start researching
so many written down that it's not even funny because like there's so many things that like I've reached the like logical endpoint where I'm just like, okay, I either don't have enough money for this, I don't have enough space for this, or I don't have like the physical capability to do so. Like that third one is very rare, but like yeah, it's just like there's been a couple of dumb ideas where I'm just like, yeah, that is not a good idea. Like the one that I was thinking of, like, freaking, literally, like, I've had this idea for a long while that once I get my new computer, the first stream I do with it is called a tubathon in my head. I'm literally just gonna do a subathon, but just in my bathroom 24/7. And then every day, I get 2 minutes a day to supermarket sweep run through my house. So I can, like, grab ingredients and food and stuff and be able to actually, like, live in my bathroom.
Are you going to be defecating in the bathtub?
Yeah, it'll be great, dude. It'll be wonderful.
Oh, wow.
And not in the
Impressive.
bathtub, but not in the bathtub. No, I'm not
Okay.
saying in the actual bathtub. You know what
Okay,
I mean?
well,
Like
when
there's
you
like,
implied that you could only get out for 2 minutes at a time, I thought you were going to have to
oh
decide
no, because like
between.
the idea originally was being in the bathtub as long as I could, but that like with water in it and stuff. But then like one of my buddies pointed out to me that there's like actual like bodily harm that would happen after like 2 hours.
Yes. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
bad
it's
idea.
like I didn't even. It was one of those nights where I'm just sitting there rambling out ideas, and it's like, oh yeah, that's not a good idea. After like 2 hours, I would hurt myself big time. But like the thing is, like, it's just a really fun idea to do like a somewhat of an isolation stream, I guess, but not necessarily fully isolated because I'm still there with my stream, but I'm physically isolated. You know, I can't leave the room.
Yeah, who was that Japanese reality TV star that was a nobody
Oh,
that got locked in the
I know
room?
exactly what you're talking about. The guy who was sitting there, and I can't think of the guy's name right now, but the whole show was literally he's trapped in a room naked and can only get things through giveaways. One of the original OG fucking streams, dude. OG good stream, dude. Like that was before live streaming was really a popular thing. That was one of the best ones on the planet, dude. Like good
Well, that
God.
was actual television, wasn't it?
I believe that was actually like a live stream thing on the internet. Like it was one of the
Oh, it
first
was
ones
just an
where they were
internet
actually
thing.
like live streaming it.
Interesting. Um,
Yeah.
this actually brings me to my next question. So we talked about like you have the ideas, it takes you a while to research them, then you go out, you do them, you make your streams and whatnot.
Well, and oh, sorry,
You mentioned
I
that
read
you
chat.
have roommates that you live with. I'm curious, do you have a job? How do you feed
I
yourself?
mean,
How do you
not
pay for your
currently.
rent?
That's been a thing. That's been the thing that has enabled me to do this as much as I have. Like I've been just trying to get a job through. Like I have some medical issues that kind of make normal jobs a bit of a difficulty. Like I have neuropathy, which causes it so I can't walk for more than like X number of hours. You know what I mean? Like I can't sit there and do like a normal job where I'm walking around. You know? And then I have hyperacusis, which is just a sensitivity to like sounds and stuff. So like most jobs, I cannot feasibly do, you know, because it's either one or the other is going to be the problem, you know. So like I've been just trying to get in with this one job agency that's like the whole point of it is that they send you around to places that understand that you have a difficulty and there's like you're working there for like a half a day to understand if you can actually do it or not, you know.
Very interesting. That's a very good
It's very
service.
helpful to me, like, because like it's exactly what I need. It's like I just need someplace to just let me in there and to be like, can I actually do this or not? It's like that's what the majority of jobs are gonna be. Is like needing to physically see what the actual like requirements will be for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like that's just one thing that's like it's been very helpful to as far as for the stream is concerned. Like I have like all the time in the world for that.
Very interesting. So how did you get set up on this program? This sounds like a very helpful program that I wish more people knew about. This sounds like more people need
It's
it.
just I don't know if it's for every state, but like where I'm at, it's called the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, and like the government basically pays them to then give them they pay that group to get people to job agencies, you know, so like they're paying them to pay the job agency. So instead of me going directly to a job agency and paying the money, I'm going to OVR, which is then paying them for me.
How very interesting. How very interesting.
Yeah.
I wish that
It's
they would
it's
export this
very
idea
interesting and
out.
very helpful. Like, because they don't just help with jobs supposedly, but like, I have not seen much evidence of anything else. Like, I've just been told otherwise.
Interesting.
No, Josh, he wasn't trapped, but like he was trapped. You know, like he was not capable of leaving, like without just like calling someone and being like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave now. I'm done with it." I mean, but like he wasn't like trapped. You know.
They put
Like
a bag on
he was
his
trapped
head.
by the audience, if anything.
Yeah, they put a bag on his head and they took him somewhere. And wasn't there a promise that we're going to give you all this money if you make it to the end?
Yeah, that was how it worked. It was like if he really wanted to quit, he'd just have to call somebody, you know. It was literally like he just pulls up like the one phone that they have for him because that was the whole thing. It just started with a phone, a table, and one of those like magazine racks with all the with all the giveaways. And then for like a good, like, there's a whole good video about this. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. But there's this one channel that does these really good I can never say that word, documentaries about just really interesting things. Atrocity Guide, that's the name. Atrocity Guide. I'll literally just drop the link in chat. 1 second.
Them and the people that do the down the rabbit hole videos. I really like the down the rabbit hole videos.
That's what these ones are kind of like. It's just like fully going through a full topic for like a full half an hour to an hour. Where is it? I'm seeing if I can find the one. Uncle John Sweet, that's not it. Sir Alfred, that's not it. Where are you? Come on. I know you're here somewhere. Oh, there we go, not Subi, there he is. Oh no, Josh, that's all good, dude. Look, part of the whole thing is responding to chat. You don't have to stress, Josh. You're all good, bud. But yeah,
So,
it was like,
to
that channel has so much good content on it, too.
So to try to recap, so where we've been so far, we talked a little bit about your process, the way that you come across, the way that you make your art. We talked a little bit about your cookies and how you produce them, what they are made of. We didn't get a chance to see any of them. We talked about some of your other artwork and some of your other streams. Just give me a moment, we'll get there.
Please, continue.
Yeah, we talked about how you come to where you are. I'd like to talk a little bit more about how you became who you are and how you do the things that you do. We talked a little bit about like how you fund the things that you do and how you prioritize, figure out what you are going to do. How do you learn the things that you learn? How do you become like Ace?
So many questions at once. I don't know what to answer first.
Oh, pick one.
Which would you like me to answer?
Anyone
first?
you want. Pick one and then answer it.
Okay, like how I pick what I do first is just whatever is like logistically easiest. Like, it's like not necessarily easiest, but like, you know what I mean, like whatever I can actually do, which is like a very limited number of the actual ideas I have. Like the one that I'm working, and like how I fund things is I just don't. Like I literally just use like garbage to make my ideas. Like I'm literally making like you know the game Marbles on Stream?
Yes.
Like I just thought, I thought like a good month or two ago at this point, I'm gonna just make marbles on stream in real life. I'm just gonna make it.
Yeah, why not?
I've just been doing that. It's like, it's still being built, but like, I had to stop doing it for this week. I was gonna like sit down and actually build it on stream this week, but then I had someone come over to my house, like my family's here, so it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, because the room that I was building it in, I had to take out all the cardboard boxes that I'm making out of. Cardboard boxes, by the way, that's what I'm making it out of. Like,
yeah, why not?
and like, yeah, it's gonna be great. It's like, I have like one track section made. I can't even get it because I'm sleeping in that room, but like, it's like, I have one track section that's made so I can at least give people a good concept and be like, okay, this is what it's gonna be roughly. I'm just gonna make like a bunch more like this and then paint it.
Okay.
It's like one thing else that I'm gonna do in that same manner is I gotta get like a piece of plexiglass. I think I can get it from someone, but like just get like a piece of plexiglass and then take a cardboard box, slide it into it, and then just make a little pachinko machine out of it.
Okay, there you go. Why not?
Yeah, because I got like because I was just thinking like at this point I may as like I can even make it part of the track, you know. But I was thinking I'm gonna make it separate for another thing because I had this other idea where one night I'm just gonna turn my stream into a casino. Like, so like I've been slowly building ideas for that. Like that's one that I have to do slowly because like that's just I have to slowly accrue things to be able to do that one. Like I gotta have like a good table and stuff. I gotta have other games to play because I can't just sit there and just do something like blackjack and DM people cards. That just doesn't seem too fun. Like I feel like there's got to be other things because like when I am gonna do it, I'm just gonna like do it like okay, we'll have an hour of this game, we'll have an hour of this game, an hour of this game, an hour of this game, you know. So that way people can do that. Way if people are about it and don't want to be there for that part, I'll have literally a timer on screen that says, hey, the next one's starting then, you know.
Very interesting. So you've been doing this for so long. You're doing so many very interesting, interactive things. It sounds like you're getting a halfway decent following. I'm assuming you've made affiliate by this point. How many?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How many followers? Yeah, how many viewers are you getting in a stream? How many followers? How many viewers are you getting typically? How big of a streamer are you?
I mean, I'm at like 577 followers apparently, and I think like average people that come in, like, I know that it says like 10 average, but that's only because that's only because I kind of artificially bump it up a little bit in some ways, you know? Like, just in the fact that, like, I have, like, my buddy Sid end up rating me most of the time, because, like, he ends up ending stream and I go live right after him most of the time, you know? So,
Sure.
like, a lot of the time that'll happen where I just get, like, the numbers are artificially inflated a little bit. But, like, frankly, I don't care too much about the numbers. Like, I'm just more than happy to have people there at all. Like, the thing that I've been ecstatic about is that the one thing about streaming I don't like has pretty much gone away. Like the only thing I didn't like about streaming was that at like 7-ish in the morning, like 7, 8 in the morning or so, all of my friends are asleep and the other people haven't woken up yet. So it just like there's like a little bit of a time there where I was like, I'm just getting anxious. I should I would get super anxious whenever I had the chat open and I knew that nobody was there. And it would really fuck with my head for a little bit. And I was just like, so what I ended up doing around then is I just put on like text to speech and then just forgot I was streaming for a while and just did whatever I wanted.
There you go.
It's like, but then like now I don't even need to stress about it anymore, which is wonderful. Like that's the one thing I was super happy about is that I have not had to worry about that in like a good couple of months.
No, it's interesting. I'm glad that things are picking up. I'm glad that there are more people there watching. I mean, interaction seems to be very important. There's a lot of people I know that are playing games with their viewers on stream. I've been doing my very best to try to encourage my viewers to join my Discord. Speaking of which, join the Discord. Let me send you all a freaking link real quick. And I'd love to interview you guys the way that I'm interviewing AceandDuce, because it's important to talk to you guys about the things that you guys do and the things that you find interesting so that we can have more conversations like this. I've got someone in my chat now. They're wondering if your first name is Steve. They say that you look like a Steve. Is your name Steve?
No, it's not, but it is my favorite fake name to use.
Let me see what else I've got in here. As a follower of Sex Goddess known as Ace, I can tell you that in a stream of his, your arousal will lead to a level of excitement you can imagine followed by a nap, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I do know exactly what you mean. Anyway, thank you for inviting all of your friends, by the way, to come and hang out with us. I really love them being here.
Viciously. Like, he knows that nothing's gonna come of it, but he always hits something. It's the greatest, dude. It makes me feel wanted. It makes me feel loved.
My goodness. Goodness gracious. I love it. Well, do you want to share with everyone where I met you?
Oh yeah, we were in Discord, right? Or was it Deathly Ill? I don't even remember.
Was it Deathly Ill's Discord that I met you in, or was it Cute
It was one of
Bots?
the two. I know we're in both of them, so we both do the same thing, which is just going in there to talk to people. Not even like go on the dating show.
Actually, the night that I met you, I ended up on the show after that, and I talked to them for a very extended period of time. I think I had a 45-minute conversation with whichever one it was after that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, we had a wonderful time. I got a bunch of new friends from going and hanging out, by the way. I love you all. But no, that was fantastic. It's a very interesting place, and there's a lot of very interesting people there.
I was very happy that I'm very happy that you got to stay on there for a while, because like they what do you call it? Like you're very much not what they're expecting, I don't think, when they have on that show. So like it's certainly like a different thing. So I imagine the viewers themselves, because that's like how that show works. They just keep voting you on and stay on longer. So yeah, I have to imagine the viewers were interested at least. You're an intelligent man. Like they're not really expecting like I think they're mostly expecting people to come in there haphazardly trying to like hit on people. You know what I mean?
So
it's just not.
Again, you say that you hang out there just to like hang out with the individuals. I'm curious about your impression of the stream itself, like the thing that the viewers watch.
Frankly,
what do you think that thing is? What is it?
What do you mean? Like, in what sense?
Like, pick any one of those streams. How would you describe it to someone that's never heard of
the way
that
I can
before?
describe it is that people delude themselves into thinking that a dating stream is an actual date. That's about it. that's really, and I really think that that's a large portion of the viewers. Like, I don't want to be weird about it, but I feel like a large portion of the viewers feel like they have a chance with this person, and I'm just like, I don't think you all will understand that there are thousands of other people here.
So you think that the viewers are watching it and then vicariously placing themselves in the role of the guy on the screen
Yeah,
and
I
then
think like the
pretending?
more nervous people are, the people that haven't like chosen to call in because they're just nervous about it. I
Okay.
think those people certainly would. But I know I probably would if I was just like anxious and be like, oh, I'd like to call in to some stream like before I was able to do so, like which is relatively soon. I mean, relatively recently, like within the last year or so.
Golden Flame says, I'm moderately sure that Cutebot is dating someone. They're just really good improvers. I think that she's
Oh
married.
yeah,
I don't know if she's married, but yeah, no, she is in a serious committed relationship. I
yeah,
do
no
know
doubt.
that. But okay, so
Like
again,
all those dating streamers are.
so you think that the people watching are projecting themselves onto the person that is on the show talking to the
Oh,
girl and
certainly
being
there
like,
is
oh, I could
definitely
do
that.
better than that if I was really trying. And then the people
Yeah,
that get on
exactly.
there
That
think that
you
they're
said the
actually on a
exact
date.
line. You said the exact line I think is going through their head. I could do better than that guy.
Okay, and then the ones that actually get on, you think they're actually trying to date this girl in a serious fashion?
I think that I wouldn't say all of them are. I feel like there's a larger number than it should be that actually have deluded themselves into thinking that. Like, but I do think the large majority understand this is an exposure job here. Like, you're here to talk to me, and I'm here to talk to you. Be entertaining enough that people want to come watch your stream afterward. That's really the goal on these dating streams. Is like, that's exactly what they want. Is they just want you to be entertaining. Like, even if it's entertaining how cringy you are, that's what they want. You know?
Let me see. Let me read chat for a second. The psychology of people watching the dating stream is very interesting to me. Dating streamers say that they are single no matter what the reality is. Truly, it's not the same thing that I get from their following. It definitely depends on what you pop into their stream and what a person wants. Most of these dating streams are things that some of the guests come on just to clown around. Others seem to have an idea that they're getting in a real date. Yeah, no, I do have to push back against you on this concept, Ace, that like, you know, all
Yeah,
of this
please.
stuff is, you know, people memeing, trying to like promote their streams or thinking that maybe they like have an actual chance with her. I do think that like there is a meme aspect to it, but also I know that you didn't necessarily see my visit with these people,
No, I
but
didn't actually get to see
I
your call.
I do think that I actually have a chance with them. I'm going to have to call back in and obviously try to, you know, set up an actual appointment to go and meet with these people. But, you know,
When I mean a chance, I mean like people are trying to like, fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like the people are really trying to get frickin' going. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to frickin'. I mean, you're a very dapper gentleman. I mean, like you got a chance. And let's be real here. You got a chance. Let's be real. You're a dapper gentleman and extremely intelligent.
I
Let's be
don't
real.
think that they'd be on there like doing what they're doing if they weren't interested in meeting interesting people. And I think that if an
No,
interesting enough
that's for
person came
sure.
to meet them, that they'd be interested in meeting them.
That's definitely an aspect of it, right? Is that they're interested in taking the calls. Like, I mean, like they wouldn't be doing it if they weren't entertained by now. It's like it seems like I don't think they would be at least. I mean, like at least they wouldn't have started doing so without being entertained by it. You know, like they would obviously continue doing so because it's very lucrative for them to do so. But it's one of those things. It's like the thing I've considered a lot is like what's funny is nobody brought it up in chat there just now. Is that I've thought about it. I thought about actually doing like a dating stream because like I guess I'm like doing like the reverse of it, just being like I'm the person being dated, you know. And just like I don't necessarily want to do that because like I don't like I thought about it a lot and like I'm just like I don't want. It's a weird place to put people into because like obviously I would be like I'm a single person, so I'm more than happy to actually like consider these as actual dates if people wanted to do that. But I'm also thinking that like I don't want to put people into that position of thinking that this is an actual date. And then I also want to make it funny and entertaining, but I also think it would be entertaining to go on a genuine date with people live on the internet. You know, it's like it's a weird situation where it's just like because of all the weird layers like that we've been talking about here of like what's the reason people watch and call into these things is the reasoning that I have like thought about. Like I shouldn't do this. I don't think because like I've thought about it way too much, and I don't want to end up like hurting someone's feelings because they end up like not winning the show or whatever the fuck the end result is. You know, because it would have to be like one of those like panel type shows. You know, but yeah,
So
it's like I don't.
I
Like, I don't
actually,
have
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Please continue. Please.
I actually spoke to CuteBot about this exact same subject when I was on her show, because I talked to her for an extended period of time, and I kind of asked her, so do you think that there's a market for a male dating date streamer type individual? And she goes, I really don't know. You're gonna have to really like have a like big stable of girls that are interested in coming on, because there are no girls on the internet. And then I suggested, well, maybe what if we're dating guys in addition to girls, and we can create like the gay bro version of the same kind of a show? And
Genuinely, like the reason why I genuinely had considered it is that I don't get into it too much, but like for some reason, like there is a large population of females in my audience. Like the percentage is way higher than it reasonably would be in anywhere else on Twitch. I feel like not even anywhere else on Twitch, but like I have not seen that be the case even in like female streamers. You know what I mean? Like it's a very interesting experience that I'm just like I don't fully understand why, but I have a much higher percentage of females in my stream than normal for Twitch. You know?
well,
It's just
it
like
might have something to do with the lack of shirt. I'm going to have to reconsider my wardrobe a little bit, maybe. And I
Yeah,
might
you
have
just
to
like
start
you
working on the
just
guns.
yeah, they just doing that on stream all the time. There's only 50 channel points to make me do this. You know what I mean?
What do you guys think? Should I get some sexy flexy channel
Yeah,
point
get
redeems or
sold.
something, guys? Maybe you guys want to see me take my bow tie off or something? My goodness, I don't know about all that, Ace. I mean, I know what I look like. You know,
It was the reason why I considered it. You know, it was the reason I considered it is that I was thinking like, okay, what can I do with the fact that I have a larger female audience? Like, necessarily, well, what? Not necessarily what would they enjoy, but what could I do differently that? Because obviously they already enjoy being there. Like, I won't change anything. But I'm just thinking like, what could I do differently with that being the case than most streamers could? And I really don't know exactly what I could do. It's just like I've been sitting there and talking to my viewers about it sometimes, and I just don't even know what to do. It's just like the one person brought up I could just make like a nice flowery emote, and then I was like, okay, that's a good idea. I should do that. And then it's just like I haven't done it yet, but I really should. God damn it, Huffy.
I've actually considered many times just turning the stream on the computer and setting up a wall so that you can't see it, and then stepping in, doing whatever I'm going to do on the computer, always sharing the screen so that people can always see what I have on it, and then just constantly streaming forever and leaving the stream running with nothing going on for the part of the day where I'm not actually doing any work. And just give all of the transparency away. Just stream everything that we're doing all the time. But because of business things, this is impossible. And then obviously I like to have private conversations every once in a while with people, and streaming these wouldn't be the best situation. But I know what you're saying.
I did that for a little while there. Like, there was a period of time where I was just, like, streaming 16 hours a day, you know? Like, I would wake up, start streaming, and then go to sleep, you know?
Well, no, Dr.
I
Entropy.
did exactly
Like,
that.
this room is only so big. All I have to do is go over here, and you guys can't see me anymore.
Yeah, it's like, that's one of those things. And, like, I did one of those 16-hour streams one time with the goal of I would not leave frame at all. And that was an interesting experience. Because, like, I had to, like, find a way to use the restroom without, like, breaking TOS. And, like, the trick I found was just like, as long as you don't tell anyone that you're doing, it's totally okay. Like, if I just mute my mic and I'm just standing there, and like, I'm just like peeing, and like, it's entirely out of frame, not a problem, you know what I mean? And then if I tell people like 20 minutes later, hey, you know what, I was just standing there muted, that was me peeing. Like, still not TOS, you know what I mean? Because there's no way to confirm that.
That's interesting. So, do you have aspirations for being the famous Twitch streamer, Ace?
Not really. I mean, like, if anything, as far as like that goes, as far as like being like a bigger streamer, like The only point in which I want to get to is like a point in which I can live off of it, but not have a chat that's like unreadable.
That's
I
very
mean,
fair.
like I don't want to be at like I mean I guess at a certain point I would have to be okay with it, right? But I mean like it just that's a different experience with Twitch than I would like. And I mean like I know personally when it comes to when it comes to watching streams, I don't like being in the chat when the chat has become that big. You know, like one of my buddies, Toad PhD, like his chat got massive over the last few months. So it's just like I just don't even type in his chat anymore. You know, it just doesn't seem worthwhile to type in a chat where I know he's not going to see it. You know.
Okay. So, do you consider yourself to be an artist?
Oh, funny enough, I was literally thinking about this from your friend J Reg, like literally like from his recent.
I wish he was my friend.
Video.
If any of you guys know
he's not your
J-Reg,
friend.
please introduce them to me. I want to meet this person. My brain needs to be fixed up good right.
Really badly. Really badly, dude. He's a great dude. Like, just so much good content, dude. And it's like, have you seen his actual like art content on his other channel?
No, I was not aware of the other channel, maybe. You'll have to send me a DM.
I found it somewhat recently. He has a channel entirely dedicated to art. And he recently made a video literally about this exact topic, about identifying as an artist. And I really don't know if I want the baggage attached to that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't know if I want someone to think, oh, he's an artist, he's got to do some fancy shit. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess functionally I am an artist, right? Like, it's what I'm doing. Like, even though I'm not sitting there thinking I want to evoke any kind of feeling other than enjoyment, you know?
Okay, final question. So we've established where artist is and what a hard adjective it is. If I was going to ask you for some other identifying or personal identification adjectives, what words do you think that you might want to share with me?
I would say like streamer works, because it's like, I mean, but like that's not one that I would like want to use like generally outside of this context. Like if it was like an internet context, then streamer works. But if it was outside of that context, then I guess I would have to accept the baggage attached to artist, because that's something that people generally would understand. You know, like I don't need to sit there and explain for 20 minutes what Twitch is to someone when I sit there and say I'm a Twitch streamer. You know, like I can just say I do online entertainment live. You know. Like I can just do that. I'm an artist that does online entertainment live. That's really all I need to do. And it's like, and like, I think as far as like other descriptors, I guess just like strange. I don't know. Like it's like it just seems like a bit too silly to get to say. But yeah, I mean like, not the norm of a human being. That's for sure. It's like I certainly don't do things like the same way that people do. Like I wouldn't say I'm like neurodivergent, but I certainly do things a little bit different.
Very interesting.
Because I know a couple people that like certainly are neurodivergent. Like we've talked about it at length. Like one of my buddies, AceandDuce, like talks about it all the time, because it's like it's very obvious when you speak to him. Like he speaks very differently, and like it's like it's not. It just takes an extra minute to like understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like you have to sit there and be like, okay, what is he actually saying to me? You know what I mean? Just take another minute and puzzle it out a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like he says it like that he speaks in parable. It's like it's just he's an interesting man, like very nice, very like it has like basically like these extreme lofty goals of ending homelessness, but he's actually got like a genuine plan to actually do so, like at least in his local area, you know, like working local outward, like he really can, like he really has actual genuinely good ideas and plans set up for that, which is insane. Like and like he's like he sits there and does like giveaways to people just because it's stuff that he enjoys, you know. And it's like it's an interesting thing. He's a great dude. I don't know why I started rambling about him, but like that's what I do. I end up just start rambling. I guess rambler is a good example. Good adjective. Yeah, that's a good one, because that's what I always do. Is I just sit there and ramble about whatever topic we're talking about, you know.
I am very interested in adjectives and personal identity, particularly recently, and the way that people present themselves outwardly. I thought you had a very interesting presentation about yourself and a very interesting personal motivational philosophy when I first met you. I did want to meet you, discuss this a little bit more on stream, get to know you a little bit better, and get the opportunity to let you share some of who you are with people and to find out how you try to present yourself. I do understand you as a Twitch streamer, as an artist, and rambler seems like a fair adjective, but do you think that there are any other words that you try to present yourself as? And I do want to kind of move toward wrapping this up. It looks like your internet might be dipping on us, and we are getting a little bit late on my end.
Oh man, my internet seemed fine on my end, but okay.
Oh, I'm getting little laggies, and your video's starting to get all square and boxy.
Oh, I don't know. It's like it's weird. It's fine for me on my end, but I'll see what I can do about that. Hang on. Maybe if I pause the stream, it should be fine. But I don't know. But yeah, that is and like the adjective, like self-identification is a very interesting topic for sure. And it's like, because personally, like, I haven't really thought about it all that much, other than just saying, like, I'm a weirdo, I'm just, like, a strange person, you know what I mean? Like, because, like, it's not, at least until recently, literally when I watched that Greg video, was when I started thinking about, like, do I want to identify as an artist? Like, that's what made me start thinking about it, and that's gotta been, like, let me see if I can find that video, but, yeah, because I know at the minimum, I know you want to see that channel.
Certainly do. Yeah, we can even share it in the Discord and let everybody else know about them, because Greg is a very, very important part of our educational experience here in the Somebody Online Discord.
And I loved that you had that banned content channel and just like had a couple of his videos in there, and I was like, oh, when I saw that, I was like, one of the first things I saw in your Discord was that channel. I'm like, okay, this guy's all right with me now. We're okay.
See, I knew that you'd
like,
understand.
I didn't know much about him, but now I do.
I figured you'd understand what the banned content was. Originally, it was called required reading, but I felt like that gave the wrong impression to people, and so we changed it to banned content, and now I figured only the smartest people are going to actually read the second part that says, check this regularly to ensure that you're familiar with what is banned. But yeah, no, those are some very important videos that I think more people need to try to understand the meaning behind them a little bit better, so to speak.
I mean, there is a lot of the videos that you put in there are all very interesting ones for sure. Like, there was only like one or two of them that I hadn't actually seen before, and I really was like, I actually have them on my list of things to watch, but I just haven't. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, I know they're there, I can check on it, whatever. But you know, it's like you put in some very interesting videos, which makes me think like, yeah, I actually want to sit down and be like giving them my full attention when I sit down and watch them. You know, it's like the ones I know there are pretty good. So
when you watch videos, do you watch them at normal speed or do you speed them up?
Well, I usually watch at normal speed. Like, it's like unless it's something where it's like it's a really long video where they're kind of like droning on about the same topic. I'm like, I don't need to fully understand all this. Let's keep going a little bit, you know. And then I usually don't end up like speeding it up, like unless there's rare circumstances in which I do. But I'm usually the kind of guy who's just skipping forward. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to be at this section. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, I've noticed that I've switched from like panning through videos and skipping ahead to watching at faster and faster speeds. I have a friend of mine that I think that I have to blame for that one, but I'm not certain on that.
That's one thing that's funny is once you learn that you can go faster than ×2 on Twitch on YouTube. It's like
yes, no, it's a very helpful skill. Before. Too much faster, you start to not be able to understand what they're saying anymore, and I can't slow the music back down in my head to hear it the normal way again, so you have to be careful, but it is a thing.
Here we go. I got the video for you. I'll put I don't know where to put it exactly, but I guess I'll put it in smart art.
Sure, that's a great place for it. It is some pretty smart art.
There you go. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's Greg's whole channel, dude. Like, I found that out recently. Like, I was very happy to see it, and then I saw that you were a J-Rag fan, so I was like, dude, this is perfect. I was definitely gonna bring it up at some point today.
I love it. I love it. How very interesting.
He only had like 26K subs on there. Like, he does not have a lot going as far as that's concerned. Like, it's certainly a smaller channel. Like,
well, Ace, like I did say before, I am going to start wrapping up the conversation here at this point. I do look forward to the opportunity to speak to you again. I'd like to have you on a couple of my panels, potentially in the future. I have some very interesting ones that I want to potentially do in the future. I want to talk about social dynamics, and I want to talk about narcotic substances, and I want to talk about mental health facilities and treatment and prison reform and things like that. And I think that you might have a lot of very interesting perspectives on a number of these subjects.
I mean, of the subjects that you've listed, yes, almost all. The only one of them that I was like, I don't really know much to say about that. Because I was addicted to narcotics at one point in my life. Like, prison just doesn't need to exist. Just period. Let's just be real. Mental health reform, like, we just need to have more mental health resources in general. But then we end up bumping into the issue of, like, there's just not enough mental health, so, like, clinicians at a certain point. Like, at a certain point, you reach the point of, okay, even if we did get everybody to every freaking mental health professional that needs it, those people are going to be very, very busy. They are not going to, they're going to have, like, wait lines of months, you know?
No, you're not wrong. But again, yeah, like I say, I'd like to invite you to be a part of those panels in the future. To all of you guys out there, if you guys would like to be a part of any of those panels, join the Discord. I'm going to drop another link in the chat here now. But join the Discord. I announce the panels on the announcements channel. Just give me an send me a ping, let me know that you want to be interested in it. We will talk a little bit about what your positions are on it. And I'd love to give you an opportunity. I am going to ask you to turn your camera on. I'm going to make sure that you have a good mic so that we'll be able to hear you properly. But provided everything works out, I'd love to give you a chance to come up, say your piece, share some information with all the rest of us.
I'd love to.
Ace, you have been fantastic. You are an extremely interesting individual. I look forward to my next conversation with you, both in a one-on-one state like this and also on a panel format. We're going to have to talk again about scheduling something else to talk again more about some of these very interesting concepts. But do also hang out in the Discord. Come and visit our voice chat section. If you sit there alone long enough, I always come by and say hi.
It was kind of funny because I saw that you were in there a lot on your, I guess, your other account, your Imagine, and I was just like, I kept fighting the urge to go in there because I wanted to make this as organic as possible, like not have you actually like interact with me much before that, you know?
Oh, I don't mind interacting with you before we go live. It was fun.
It'd be best to just leave it fresh and not break any subjects off stream, you know?
Oh no, yeah. You had me nervous all the way up until the beginning of it, but I must say this has been one of my favorite interviews up till now.
Like, I planned on streaming in here, and then like 10 minutes before, it was like, okay, I gotta get out of here for a minute. Like, god damn it. I was like, all right, where am I gonna freaking do this? At first, I was setting up like a half an hour before outside. Then it started raining, so I'm like, well, now I gotta do this in the bathroom, I guess. All right, and I was just like, all right. So do it in the bathroom. It's like, then someone has to come in here. I'm like, oh yeah, now I gotta do it in the hallway, I guess. And then like they were like, oh no, I'll only do like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool, I can get back in here. And I was setting everything back up, and it was just like, good God, it was a struggle right before the stream.
All right, Ace. Well, I am going to chat with you a little bit later. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Do me a favor, drop another link to your channel in the chat for me. Everybody go check out AceandDuce. Go drop him a follow if you guys have the inclination. Maybe even throw him a sub, but you know, only if you're subbing to me first, of course. But anyway, like I'm saying, Ace has been fantastic, a fantastic and interesting individual. I'm going to be keeping an eye on your channel to see some of the interesting things that you come up with, because I think that things like what you're doing might be the next wave of what Twitch is going to try to do. And you make a good canary, my friend.
I mean, like, I always try to do that. I always just try, like, my goal when I make these ideas is just do something I haven't seen someone else do already. It's like, that's usually what it is. And it was wonderful talking to you. I look forward to it. And like, I don't know if you want to do another one of these kind of things in the future, but I would look forward to it if you want to.
Anytime, Ace. Thank you again, and I'll chat with you again soon, okay, friend?
All right, see you soon.
Bye, bud.